that after the last one I did, I'm like, please let this not completely suck. Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today is day 3 of my Palette-Palooza, and today we are going to be playing with the Morphe 35D palette. And let me open this up for you so that you can see a little bit what she looks like. So, pretty colors. I'm not even going to bother, I don't think, probably with the black one in here, because Morphe blacks just don't do it for me. But I think I'm going to do some kind of peach and purple thing and try to darken it up with one of the like dark browns in here. So that's my plan. I'm looking a little rough here, and you know, got my hair washed, but it's not dried. But I wanted to go ahead and get on with this and do a little look for you guys. So I'm going to scoot in a little bit so you guys can see what I am doing. And if you watched my video from yesterday, I used the Morphe Avani Greg palette, and let me tell you, that was a shit show of a video to film and to edit, because I cut out so much stuff, just so much stuff, and it's still like 23 minutes long. But I'm going to use the Juvia's Place primer again today because I have quite liked it. This is only I think the 3rd time that I've used it, so I wanted to keep playing with this. I'll probably just use this primer all week so that I have kind of a baseline to work from. This base is the number 1 color, and so it's very, very light. And when I wore it the other day, I didn't put anything on my brow bone, so I think I'm going to do that today, because it was like, it looked like I had overdone the like white brow bone highlight situation, and that's not really something that I tend to do. All right, so here I am. Hello. And we are just going to jump right in. I have higher hopes for this palette than I did the Avani Greg palette. We'll see. Morphe palettes are hit or miss. I have the new, well, it's a super new, but oh my god, what is it called? Something Q from ColourPop. I'll try to insert the name of it up here. But anyway, I'm supposed to get that, I think, tomorrow. So let's hope so, because I am excited about trying that. ColourPop's formula is usually pretty decent. And so I'm just going over this brow bone here with a little bit of the color Adobe, which is just a light beigey color. All right, so I'm going to start out with my darkest color, I think, aside from my brow bone there. So I'm going to go into the color Rich Clay, which is this purple shade right here. And I don't know why it's called Rich Clay. I've never seen clay that color, but what do I know? And we are going to put this in the outer corner. And I want to do this because I don't have anything else on top of my primer, and so I'm hoping to get the most payoff as far as the color goes. I will say that's pretty impressive for a purple, sort of a berry color. That's nice. This is not the right brush. This is not the brush I want. This one is a little bit smaller, but still a natural hair brush. So I'm basically just putting this on about half my lid. I'm going to clean this brush off a little bit, just so I don't have a lot of excess product, and I'm just going to soften those edges just a little bit. I'll do more here in a minute. I think I've mentioned this before, but I'm seriously considering getting out my 35O palette. Do you remember that palette? Who doesn't remember that palette? Seeing if it's as good as I remember. If if it was, you know, all that and more when it came to the hype. I'm just using a little bit different brush here just to focus in that corner. I'm pretty impressed with the deepness of that. That's always my concern, if you will, is something not being quite deep enough for that outer corner. Let's take a kind of a smallish blending brush. Let's go into the shade. Do I want to use let's start with Prickly Pear, which is the lightest of the sort of peachy colors. And I'm just going to put that basically from where that purple stops into the inner corner of my eye here. I'm going to take a little bit of the color Temp Check, and I'm just going to put that basically where that just below that color I just did. I don't think those are very different. They don't look very different to me. And that's often the case with Morphe palettes, especially these big ones, is that they have so many colors that are almost repeats, almost duplicates. And I think a lot of people kind of object to that, but you know, it is what it is. I knew it going in. I'm going to take the color Yes I Canyon, which is a really pretty, I like these kinds of colors. This is the sort of mustardy color right here. And it doesn't look particularly mustardy on camera there, but I think it will be okay. And I'm going to use that just above both of those just to blend out the edges, and let's hope it's not too much. Not the most impactful color, but I didn't really expect it to. It doesn't have a lot of yellow to it, so I didn't really expect it to have a great deal of impact. I'm going to take the color Mojave Heat, which is this color right here, and I'm going to put just a little bit of that in the crease of this orange, and mostly because that didn't really seem to pay off that much, that other orange. So although they're both pretty, I just don't think that they needed to put both of them in there. So we're gonna pink this up just a touch, and I totally could have gone in with one of the sort of rusty shades, but I wanted to save those for my lid. Do I want to go into Hot Nights, which is this one, or do I want to go into Hottest Ever, which is this one? Let's do the brighter one. Let's go into Hot Nights. And I'll probably pick a little bit more of that purple up and just kind of blend those two in together, although I'm trying not to do too terribly much like overlap slash blending, because I don't want those colors to get too muddy. All right, let me pick up a little bit more of that purple color and just very gently tap it around that place where those meet. I wish that orange was a little bit more orange, but then that's kind of how I've been feeling the last few days, where I want all the orange as much as possible. So far this is an all matte look. There's not a ton of, well, there's maybe a third of these are shimmers of some sort. I don't believe there are any pressed glitters in here, thank God. Now this is the color Cacti Love You. Cacti Love You. And this is a little bit of a pinky gold sort of shimmer. Do I want to try putting a little bit of that over it? Or is this just going to end up being one of those topper shades? I don't really want like a metallic. This one is called Water Me, I think. Yeah, Water Me. So that's just more of a straight up metallic. Let's see what Plant Mom looks like. I think I'm going to go into the color Cacti Love You, and I'm going to tap on a little bit of glitter glue, just a little bit right in the center of my eye. And mostly I'm doing this so that that will stay nice and glittery. Sometimes if you just pick these up with your finger, they're a little bit disappointing. So I'm just kind of tapping that on the center of my lid and trying to blend it out just a little bit. We'll see what we get when we actually put the stuff on. Let me just go ahead and pick this up with my finger. It is kind of a crumbly sort of, not crumbly, but a little bit more of a chunky formula, but it is definitely kind of a duochrome sort of thing, so I'm not mad about that. That's pretty. Try to control a little bit where it is. Yeah, I kind of like that. It's kind of nice for a change. Oh my god, after the last one I did, I'm like, please let this not completely suck. I think that's really pretty. I can definitely like feel it sort of falling down onto my cheeks. So we're just gonna blend that edge just a tiny bit. Alright, so I am going to clean this up a bit, go put on the rest of my face and do my liner and my lashes and all that stuff. I'll put everything down below in the description box like I always do. But I want to try to keep this video a little bit shorter because yesterday's was so long. So I'm trying not to waste a lot of time here, if you understand what I mean. But I'm gonna go ahead and do everything, fix my hair and all that stuff, and I will be right back, guys. Alright, so I have the rest of my makeup on. So I went under my eyes with the darkest green in this palette, and I like the way my makeup turned out today. I think it's especially after the shit show that was yesterday. Do you need this? I guess that's the ultimate thing. No, you don't need this. Not really. I would have actually been pretty happy if they would have left out about a third of the shades in this. I've got a lot of hot pinks like this, so that wasn't really a necessity for me. But it's, you know, I mean, it seems pretty intense and everything. So, and I do like this dark brown in here a lot too. And the greens in here are they're pretty nice. I don't care anything about the shimmery green in here. I put a little bit in my inner corner and I was not all that impressed. And I kind of like these yellows down to this sort of terracotta color. The neutrals and stuff, you know, I've got a million times over. They're perfectly nice. The neutrals are definitely something that Morphe does a lot, and they seem to know how to do them. And so, you know, they're pretty, you know, they're pretty decent. So it's not that I don't like those. It's just that I do have them already. I quite like this palette actually, and I can see myself getting a lot of use out of it, and even bringing some other palettes into play with it, just to bring in, say if I wanted to like some sort of a blue or something for like this look under my eyes. If I wanted blue instead of green, that would totally be doable. I mean, I mix palettes all the time, so even though it's nice to have a palette that is kind of one and done or all in one, I don't personally think it's absolutely necessary, only in the sense that you don't want to take a million things with you if you're going somewhere, which, you know, hopefully maybe we'll be going somewhere soon, maybe, I don't know. So I don't think that a person really needs this palette, but it is pretty and it is better than a lot of the ones that I've recently purchased and tried. That's just my opinion right now. I plan to come back at the end of Palette-Palooza and let you know kind of how everything worked out, because I'm going to try them all more than once, because I don't think you can really give a full assessment of something unless you've tried it multiple times. So I'm thinking at the end of May I will come back and I will do sort of a recap of Foundation Fest and a recap of Palette-Palooza, and that will give me time to play with the products that I purchased. The rest of the stuff on my face is not new. It's stuff I've been using for the last couple of weeks. I will list everything down below in the description box like I always do. But I just wanted to, you know, try this out on camera, see what it was all about, see if it was worth your time, your effort, your hard-earned dollars, or not. And at this point, I don't think it's something that you absolutely need, but I think it is a nice palette, especially for the price point, which I believe was $26. I think I'm going to draw this to a close and get on with the rest of my day and let you get on with the rest of your day or night, as the case may be. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you are enjoying Palette-Palooza this week, and if you haven't checked it out already, I will try to remember to link the playlist for Foundation Fest up above and certainly down in the description box in case I forget, which is possible. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it while you were watching, if you like seeing fun stuff like this on somebody that's a little bit more mature, foundation try-ons, all that good stuff. You might be in the right place. I encourage you to subscribe, and until my next video, bye guys.